Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to a very different show today. As you can tell, I'm standing up, I'm moving and grooving because I wanted to show you guys my collection. As you can see behind me, it's a pretty big collection. It's over 1,000 pieces. Look way up top right there. Okay, there's DVDs up top. Tend to have Blu-rays here and a lot of TV on DVD over here because I'm a big TV fan on DVD. I love that stuff. So you can tell I've already got gaps going here because I've taken some titles down, started making some room because I'm gonna reorganize today. The way I usually organize my media is alphabetical. So it's super easy for me to find it. I always know what title I'm looking for, so I go find it alphabetically, but I usually do it DVDs, alphabetical, Blu-rays, alphabetical, and then 4Ks, alphabetical, and other stuff like that. Now, a couple of other things I'll do as well is if it's a big genre collection, I have a shelf dedicated to just that. For example, on this shelf right here, that's where I keep all of my James Bond and Star Wars physical media because I have a lot of titles from those two franchises. So that all goes on that shelf. And then right below it, right there, that's my Star Trek shelf because I'm also a Star Trek fan. So I got a lot of the physical media there, Blu-rays, DVDs, the animated series, TV shows, all that good stuff. So anyway, we're going to try something new. We're going to take this whole collection, rearrange it, do it by genre. It's very much like Blockbuster. You know, it's like going into the video store and you know, browsing their section because it's all done by genres as well. So this is kind of my ode to Blockbuster right now. And so what I'm going to do is I've got this cool P-Touch right here, y'all. Check it out. This great P-Touch machine that I'm going to label all the shelves with. And they'll say stuff like horror, science fiction, action, adventure, and all that good stuff. We're going to use our P-Touch to see if that'll just make the shelves look even nicer. All right? So, whew, got a lot to work on today, y'all. Sorry for the shaky cam, but, you know, it's all on this, you know, camera stick. So I'm doing the best I can. So bear with me, and let's get cracking. Now, to give you a better view and breakdown of my collection before we start, here it is starting in this section right here. We got the DVDs up top, then it goes into Blu-rays. But then I have this section over here, and that's everything else. So it's more Blu-rays, family movies, 4Ks, TV shows, and stuff like that. Over to the left, we've got coffee table books regarding movies or television shows or comic books. And then that just keeps going all the way up with some extra stuff up top. And then up here on the left is my wife's book that she recently got published called The Hyacinth Girls. I'm very proud of her for getting that published. So if you guys are looking for a gift for yourself or a loved one, man, just jump over to Amazon and pick one up. I know she'd really appreciate it. Then right here in this middle section, this tends to be my TV and documentary collection. I love my television on DVD. Big fan of that. And then below that, we got a big old fat Tribble hanging out with all of our PS4 and Wii games. And down there you may recognize my Klingon knife that I open up all of my movies with, sent to me from my lovely niece Amber. And then over here, starting at the bottom, is a special section I'm starting just for the 4Ks. And above that is more Blu-rays, mostly family movies and cartoons. And above that, I got some more TV shows on Blu-ray. And then up here, a few more TV shows and a lot of custom cases that I built for family stuff or bootlegs. So as you can see, guys, we got a lot of movies to deal with today. So what I'm gonna do first is just pull everything down. I'm gonna leave the DVDs up there for now because I can't really organize those. They're just all sort of crammed up there so that I can keep them all in one spot. But we're going to take down all the Blu-rays, put them sort of down here, and then that way we can put them back up in genres. All right, so got the trusty stool. Let's get started. So to give you guys a little bit of a background as we go through this, I have been a collector since I can remember. I just love movies and have been collecting them, feels like forever. All right, this gives me enough room to get started. I left these up here because that's the Criterion collection. And I figured what a nice way to start the shelves off than with the Criterion. All right, so after the Criterion, we're just going to put all of our P-Touch labels across in the order. Perhaps that part I will keep alphabetical. So we'll do like action, adventure, comedy, etc. All right, so let's keep rolling. P-Touch labels. All right, there's shelf number 1, Criterion. Let's keep going. Got the action adventure right here. Ta-da! Action adventure, here we go. The best part about doing a project like this and reorganizing everything by genre is it just sort of enlightens you to what you seemingly collect the most. All right, done. That, I think, is all the action adventure that I can find. So I'm going to go ahead and start the next tab right here, which will be comedy. So let's get going. Comedy, let's go. I remember back in the day when I was a huge VHS collector, I collected tons of those too. Of course, they took up way more shelf space. All right, now that we got comedies done, I also combine rom-coms in with comedy because they're all comedies. They're just different subgenres of comedy. So, comedies, rom-coms, now we're off to dramas. Another interesting thing that I've learned while organizing like this is all the subgenres that come out. So drama becomes drama, suspense, mystery, stuff like that. Big Rocky fan, gotta get all the Rockies up there in the drama section. I know there's fighting, but these are dramas. Okay, the next genre I'm gonna do is horror, even though I know alphabetically family would come next. But I don't do my family stuff here. I kind of put it on this side so my daughter can access it easier. So we're going to keep family over here where it is now, and we're going to go to horror next. I do love me some good horror titles. In fact, Halloween is one of my favorite times of year, and I can't wait to watch tons of them this year. All right, I think that is all the horror. I know a lot of you are huge horror collectors out there, so this little section probably pales in comparison. But, you know, it's small but mighty. All right, what do we got next after that? We're going to go... We should probably also do a very small one for musicals. All right, musicals, y'all. Now, let me tell you, just so I can add more to it, it's not just singing and dancing like Grease. It's also going to just be, I think, movies that contain a lot of music to it, like The Commitments or things like that. So it's going to be like a whole little musical section. So it'll beef it out a little bit. All right, let's do it. All right, guys, as I keep going, I keep finding little titles here and there that slip through the cracks as I dig through this section here. So I've got even more comedies up here, more action adventure, more horrors, very little musicals. I think I'm going to probably undo this because this is not taking up hardly any space. So maybe I will do the musical / Western will fall on that one label. All right, let's keep going. Sci-fi fantasy, and let's roll. I'm a pretty big sci-fi fantasy fan, so I have a pretty good feeling that section is going to be maybe twice as big as, say, the horror section. All right, there's still a bunch of shifting around going on. I'm still finding titles that were missing up here, so it just keeps shifting, y'all. Like, horror started here, now it's starting here. So, you know, this is what it's like when you try to rearrange an entire collection of 1,000 titles. So let's keep going. I think the thing I'm going to enjoy the most about reorganizing my collection by genre is just that ability to go up to my collection when I'm looking for a certain type of movie, like an action or a horror, and then just browsing that little section until I find that perfect title. So I'm pretty excited about this new strategy. I believe this is it for my sci-fi fantasy section. As you can tell, that is the bulk of my collection. And now all of this should just be superhero movies, so we're gonna go ahead and slap that label on, probably start down at the bottom, and hopefully get this wrapping up. All right, let's keep going. Superheroes. I would say my obsession with superhero movies started all the way back to the 1978 classic Superman the movie starring Christopher Reeve. Now, before I started scanning my shelves, I wanted to show you these things here. I wanted to have some sort of a divider visually to separate the genres, so I used these old DVD cases, and I went with those so that they were a little bit taller than the Blu-rays, so you can see the separation even better. And I also tried to choose a font that was symbolic of each genre, so it was also visually appealing. So there it is, guys. I think we finally went through the whole thing. And again, to recap, we got Criterion, action adventure, comedy, drama, horror, sci-fi fantasy, which goes all the way across. And down here we got the superhero section. Big fan of superheroes, y'all. Marvel and DC, I do not discriminate. And over here in this tiny little pod is musicals and westerns. As I suspected, I ended up combining them so that there's a little something going on, all right? Now, when it comes to my 4K titles, I don't have a ton yet because I just kind of started collecting them as of last Black Friday. So the genres are all mixed up, but that's okay because when I'm in the mood to actually put in a 4K title, I'll just come to this section, find something that I'm in the mood for, and pop it in. Well, gang, what do you think? That is the, I'm going to call that the end of part 1, because this whole section over here, I think is going to take a little while to finish up. So we'll do that for part 2, but we'll go ahead and call it a day on this one for part 1 of the new organized movie collection physical media right behind me. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below, what you think of this new way of organization. You think if it'll be good, easier to find stuff? I don't know. I'm kind of excited to live with this for a little while and see if I get used to it. Now, within the genres, I have alphabetized them, so it is easy to find something. So it's not just all laid in there haphazardly. I do want to be able to find something fairly quickly within that genre. So they are still alphabetized, but only within the genre. All right, guys, that is it for now. Thank you so much for checking out this video. It was a lot of fun and kind of crazy doing this. I just literally did this on a whim. I wasn't planning on doing this at all. But let me know what you thought of this. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and hit like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I do appreciate everybody that came by and checked out this video. So until the next one, I'll catch you later.